Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Shantae. In the last part we did the third dungeon and now we're actually back in Snail Wasteland at night yet again. Because in the last part we got the snail transformation which we're going to use to get some stuff around the world first. We can actually use the snail to climb up a lot of objects in the background you may have seen throughout the game, be it various grates or rock walls like this. And if we combine all three of the transformations that we've gotten so far here, we can actually get access to a rather good area. The way the dances are handled in this game is one of the few things I actually really like about the sequels, is that they kind of just made it one sequential dance instead of just having to press buttons. Though it's still pretty time-consuming, though I think they also sped it up in later games, so that's a thing. And now we're actually in another shortcut. However, this is a shortcut that only has one entrance. Why did I do that? I don't know why I did that. But this is a shortcut that's automatically open on both sides, because the second side, or the other side rather, leads to a secret portion of the waterfall area that you can't get to otherwise. Which you're kind of going to want, because there is in fact a firefly here. That's number 6? 7? I want to say 6. But however, that's not all. There's also this gigantic wall here that the monkey can climb. Which you're going to want to do, because there's something pretty good up here. Another ladder. Which is, I believe, just another shortcut, partially. Yes, it is. It's a shortcut, but it also gives you the elephant toad. This will allow you to stomp in the elephant form. This is essentially the upgrade to the elephant. What it allows you to do is obviously stomp. The way you do that, you jump, and you hold down. I don't think you need to hold B at all. You can also use this to kill those one-shot the rock golems from the second dungeon. And this place's exit, I forget where it is. And now we're actually back in the normal waterfall area, because the next thing I want to do is over here. Actually, there's two things we want to do in this area. First off, we can climb this area here at night. Because there is, yet again, another firefly up here. Just need to hope that it doesn't turn day. Damn it. Oh well. Wait, no, there's not another firefly here. What am I talking about? That's later on. That's just an exit to a shortcut. This is where the firefly is. Never mind. Sorry about that. I was being an idiot there. That happens. A lot. But yeah, this is actually a firefly you could have seen much earlier in the game, because it's right below the entrance, the west entrance. I think that's number 7. I'm not entirely sure, though. I know I have 8 by the end of the part. And next up, we're actually back in the third room of the first dungeon, because this grate in the background can actually be climbed by the spider. It's also how you get Warp Squid number 5 from this place. So now this dungeon's entirely completed. Next up, back in the Naga Wasteland, you might recognize this area from it. If not, just head left, you'll find it eventually. Now that we have the spider, we can get something up here. Which is something you could potentially do after the 4th dungeon more easily. Though I think it is very possible to trick the game out and do it only with the monkey, but it allows you to get another firefly. Oh man, if only there were that many seasons of Firefly. If only. And now we're actually back in Oasis Town, because I have 4 warp squids, and I'm gonna from the 3rd dungeon, and I'm gonna put them all here. Because I like having this place available to teleport to. Though the most pain in the ass thing is gonna be finding the teleport dance for the finding the zombie caravan again, so I can put the warp squids in there. And now I do one last grind, gem grind up to 999, and holy, what happened to the color palette? Well, this is what happens. As you might notice, everything is really washed out. This is what happens when you put the game into a Game Boy Advance. I'm guessing the washed out colors were to compensate for the darker screen of the Advance. It's kind of eye-popping, honestly. I also gonna want float muffins, though I bought like 20 at the beginning of the game. Because there's a heart holder you can get in this area if you use float muffins. Float muffins just allow you to not die in bottomless pits. Anyway, in terms of differences on the Game Boy Advance, there's only really 3. One on the title screen, GBA Enhanced will be in the bottom left, pretty much a rotating GBA. The color palette, obviously. And one thing we'll be getting to in the next town. something that's actually exclusive to Game Boy Advance players, unless you use the Debug Mode code, which I shall be getting up momentarily. Because that's a rather interesting thing. Now, this area can be pretty annoying because there's a lot of bottomless pit in the water, but it's not terribly annoying. Yeah. You're gonna want Vantage Screams a lot for the upcoming areas too, because enemies can be really annoying. The shadow type enemies here, like these guys and the other guys, who remind me a lot of the Persona series, are king amongst them. Although that one right there kind of reminds me of Double from Skullgirls. That's a game I haven't touched in a while. Wonder if Scott still wants to play that with me. And then again, I even doubt he's watching this. If you are, hi Scott! Did I complete my Pokedex yet? I highly doubt it. Though I am getting pretty close with that. All I have left is Dusknoir, or Dusknoir, sorry. Dusknoir, there we go, that's third time's the charm. Rhyperior, or is it Superior, I forget. The Trico line, and Jirachi. Jirachi. I hate event legendaries so much. Anyway, welcome to Eagle Wasteland. This is a place. Very small place, actually. It's more, I almost said more bigger. It's more structured vertically than it is horizontally. It's actually, I think, one of the shortest screens in the game in terms of its horizontal distance. Now, there's a couple things we can do in here, one of which we'll need to do later. But for right now, we can use a combination of the spider and the monkey to get to a certain part over here to the right. I think you can actually just drop off the far right of that little thing there, and you'll be fine. It's just that I like having the monkey for this part, and, stupid bats! They're adorable bats, but they still need to die. And if you can wait here until night, you will find Firefly number 8. I think that's number 8, it should be. Yes it is. 2/3 of the way there. And now I'm back where I first transformed into the spider because I went the wrong way for about 2 minutes. There are actually 2 exits to this place aside from the one we entered from. A lower one and an upper one. And they both lead to different areas, so you're going to want to go through the lower one first. One of my only big problems with the spider, honestly, is that it has no run mode. It's always locked in that one speed. Anyway, welcome to our next town, Bandit Town. Sounds charming. First up, let's go into the Rusty Gullet to continue on with some plot. Well, you're not suspicious at all. Oh, a genie! Are you Bandit Town's guardian? Absolutely. I do my job using powerful mind-reading magic. For instance, you've come here looking for the Twinkle Stone, right? Ooh, wow, you're right! Well, you're in luck, sweetie. I can get you into the Twinkle Palace with no problem at all. Just meet me there in a little bit, will ya? What luck. I'll be there, thanks. Also, you should try cutting your hair short sometime. It would look awfully cute in a bob. Ho ho ho! Hehe. I'll think about it. Bye now. You're not suspicious at all. Anyway, in this town's the other reason you want to put the game into a Game Boy Advance, which, by the way, I should mention, is impossible on the 3DS eShop version, so you're going to need either a legit card or an emulator. This is Advanced Genies. You can hear a secret from this girl here for 500 gems. I almost said rupees there. Down, up, up. That is a dance. And it's the most broken dance in the game. It turns you into something we've seen a bit. It was in the beginning of the game. A TinkerBat. This is the best transformation in the game. It's a combination of the monkey, the elephant, and I want to say the spider as well. I forget if it can climb background elements. And the way you access the elephant charge, essentially, is by pressing down and up. And now, since I have it, we're back to the normal color palette. There is another way you can get it, and I think it's the only way you can get it in the 3DS version, I believe. And that's Debug Mode. Yeah, for some reason, this game has a Debug Mode. You do it. You get to it by pressing left, left, right, 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 left, 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 right, right, left, 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 right, 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 left, 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 at the title screen, and then the debug mode appears on the title screen. And then you have access to every dance. I think you have max HP, max gems in every item, and every talisman. It's a really obnoxious debug mode, but it's a thing. Yeah, I can climb walls like the spider, apparently. It's not the worst debug mode code I've ever seen. Sonic 3 Standalones was pretty annoying. What was that? Up, 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 down, 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 up, up, up. Or something on the title screen before the little ring, before Sonic jumps into the ring. Ugh. Hence why I like Sonic 3 Knuckles better, because debug mode is not, well, first off, it's not only flat out better, but the debug mode is so much easier to access. Anyway, welcome to Mount Pointy, and welcome to the third dungeon. Fourth dungeon, rather. Hello, what did you say your name was? My name? Who cares? Now sit still while I do my thing. That's pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. Thanks, that was a piece of cake. I'd better get in and out of here before I freeze to death. You wouldn't want that. Alright, you're not suspicious at all. But I like how she has the Fonzarelli approach to that. And welcome to the Twinkle Cavern, as I always call it. Although I don't think that's actually what it's called. Twinkle Cavern, that's from another game. The big thing in this area is that, first off, it's ice elemental, but I don't think there's ice physics. And you have things like that little ice cube there, which will randomly switch between one of three enemies. Rock golems from the first dungeon, second dungeon, these random fish guys from the first, and those harpy succubi things from the third. All of which have really quick ways to kill them, be it the pike ball, the rock stomp, the elephant stomp, or the really weird twirl attack you can do with Shantae. Now, while the TinkerBat is shorter than Shantae, and has the attributes of the monkey and elephant, it does have one problem with it. It's not counted as being one block tall. So if you want to make your way into the one block size passages, one tile high passages that the monkey can enter or Shantae can enter when she's ducking, you're out of luck. You have to transform back into Shantae or into the monkey to go through those. I think it's technically 1.5 tiles big. But that's pretty much the only flaw it has. If you get it, you're going to be using it for most of the game from here on out. Mind you, not that there's much of the game left. I'm going to predict this is going to end on part 8. If I do everything right. Which I hopefully should. There's a warp squid there, but we can't get that until later. Now, the thing is, the TinkerBat dance is ours now. However, it's actually not added to your dance screen at all. You just need to know it and remember. I think you can go back to talk to her if you forget it, though. And we got a very simple puzzle here. Just make the thing match. Also, I should mention, momentarily I'm going to be cutting to a previous room we were in. The big shaft that I jumped up with the TinkerBat. It'll look familiar, hopefully. By the way, I love its running animation. I love that panicked look it gets. What am I doing? Thank you. Go down there. Where are you going, Kyle? Wrong way. Go the other direction. Thank you. I don't know what I was doing there. You know what? Actually, I do. My mom walked in and started a small conversation with me. Not the best time, Mom. Now, you see these little red and yellow things. These are essentially little... If you've ever played Donkey Kong Country, they're essentially like the barrels from that. They'll send you in a certain direction. Sometimes it's fixed, sometimes you get to choose. But before that, I want to use the monkey to come up into this little passageway here to get Warp Squid number 1. That's pretty well hidden, for the most part. Next up, I want to come back up here and do a running jump with Shantae to land over here and get Warp Squid number 2. Easiest Warp Squid ever! Now I want to come to the right and jump up the wall that's over there, because that's where my next thing of progress is. I'm not sure if these, I was about to say, I forget if these penguins are killable, but I guess they are, never mind. Although they remind me a lot of the penguins that were in not only Frostman stage from... Frostman. Yeah, I think it was Frostman stage in Mega Man 8, but also in Coldman stage in Mega Man and Base. Was it Frostman? I'm Frostman. Yeah, it was. I had to recall the dialogue for a second there. Which is weird, because I didn't do Mega Man 8 for recording-wise that long ago. It was just over a month and a half, I want to say. Although then again, I actually think that was in November. Yeah, it was. So yeah, actually it's been around 3 months, never mind. This is me thinking about what I had to do here. And it's just a basic nether kill them all room. I hate getting the golem, by the way. And this is why I always do the elephant stomp against these golem guys from here on. Or the elephant charge, which is also one-hit kill. The pike ball takes forever. The fireball will probably actually take less time, but I prefer the pike ball because it looks cooler. I mean, a gigantic mace swinging around you is a lot cooler than just a fireball. But with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 7, we'll be continuing on in the Twinkle Cavern and probably completing it in the process. See you guys then.